one of the best weeks of the year, or maybe that's just my opinion, and that is because the Gamecocks are back as of Saturday. The season is kicking off, and today we got a chance to hear from the head football coach Shane Beamer and some of the stars of the football team.
News 19 sports director Reggie Anderson, who considers himself a star of the News 19 team.
He is.
He's in the studio with the details.
That was not written by me in the teleprompter, nor is it in the teleprompter. That was clearly an ad lib. Yes, obviously expectations high this year for Shane Beamer and the Gamecocks entering year 2. He's got a body of work. Last year he was a rookie head coach when he stepped onto the field against Eastern Illinois, but this year he's coming off a 7-win campaign. Spencer Rattler's in the fold. He's got some weapons on offense and improved defense we're expecting. So yeah, looking forward to see what goes down Saturday night when they take on Sean Elliott and the Georgia State Panthers. And head coach Shane Beamer obviously worked with Sean. They were Carolina colleagues under the HBC a little more than a decade ago, and he understands that Georgia State will present a much tougher challenge than the season opener from his first season as head coach.
This ain't Eastern Illinois, and we made that very clear with our players this morning. This is a team that 17 of their 22 starters are juniors or seniors, so they've played a lot of football. 20 players on their team from South Carolina, including the starting quarterback. So we know what this game means to them, and certainly our guys are going to be extremely excited to go play, but we have to go play well.
Yeah, Sean Elliott done a great job down there in the ATL with the Panthers. I mean, they had a big win last year over Coastal. That was their first win over a ranked opponent. That game came in Conway. And obviously, again, a longtime offensive line coach at Appalachian State and at South Carolina, the HBC. And again, got some local players on that team as well. So it'll be a homecoming not just for Sean Elliott, but also for KZ Adams out of Gray Collegiate Academy. And Malik Sumter, who was a preseason All-Sun Belt selection. He's anchoring that offensive line for Georgia State. Again, he's out of Dutch Fork, so some local connections on Georgia State. A little homecoming, but also a business trip for Georgia State as they get ready for the Gamecocks.
All right, Reggie, before we let you go, how do you feel as sports director getting ready for Gamecock football?
You know what? I've got that. I've got NASCAR. We got SC State coming up Saturday night. And oh yeah, we have high school football. So it's just, it's just another spinning plate that we're juggling.
It's his busy season, that's for sure.
You do it all so
Reg.
well. Thank you. We are now 4 days from the start of college football season, and as Gamecock fans prepare for Saturday's game, we have the do's and don'ts of parking.
Oh, it's always so complicated. It is. The USC Athletic Department says if you plan to park close, you've got to arrive early, guys, and I mean like very early. The lots are only going to be accepting credit cards for payment this year. USC also advises to avoid parking in no park zones, or you risk a fine of $155. Gamecock fans say parking and traffic are parts of the football season they dread the most.
Because all the roads are closed and it's a hassle to actually get there, but once you're there, it's a lot of fun.
So if you leave early in the morning, you have to kind of endure the heat, but you get there in time to have fun.
Well, to help alleviate traffic, Richland County Sheriff's Department will assist with directing cars following the game, as well as the South Carolina Highway Patrol.
And ahead of the Gamecock season opener against Georgia, News 19 is going to have a 30-minute kickoff special. This is going on Thursday night at 7:30. We will have all that important information you need to know, including parking and traffic changes, and also, of course, a lot of inside info from our sports expert, Reggie Anderson and Chandler Mack. All that's going to be happening 7:30 on Thursday night, so tune in. And also today, USC head football coach Shane Beamer planted a national championship oak tree at the Jerry and Steve Spurrier Indoor Football Practice Facility, the very fancy name for the very fancy new building. The tree represents the university's 8 national championships since 2002. That year, the women's outdoor track and field team won their national championship, and then in 2005 and 2007 and 2015, the Gamecock equestrian team won national champions. The baseball team crowned national champs back-to-back. Gosh, those were great years in 2010 and 2011. I remember that well. And then Gamecocks women's basketball team, of course, is the national reigning champion, and it is their second time winning the title. They also won back in 2017. Also at today's tree planting was Dr. Tom Mulligan, who is a USC professor.
Live oak, it's one of the trees here in South Carolina that's represented. It's not going anywhere. When my great-grandchildren come here to the University of South Carolina, they're going to see that live oak. It'll be here through thick and thin, through storms, and they'll be able to enjoy the shade under that tree. And our programs are really producing some wonderful, wonderful aspiring leaders and global leaders.
The Spurrier Indoor Practice Football Facility is at the west end of the Gamecock Park, which is less than a mile from Williams-Brice Stadium.
Would not be probable.